again, you're teaching you reading. So we are going to stick with the standard RI 2.8, where you guys found the author's claim and then found reasons that support it. But we missed a part of the standard last week, and that's because I didn't want to make it too difficult for you guys on the first week. So now that you guys have become experts at finding the claim that an author makes about a text, and you've figured out how to find reasons that support it, now we need to describe how those reasons support it. So that's why the standard is so difficult, because there's 3 steps to it. Most of our standards is just read a text and then answer questions about it. Read a book and then tell the beginning, middle, and end. This one you have to read a text, find the claim, because if you don't find the claim, then there's no way that you can find the reasons that support it. And then you have to take those reasons and describe using your own words how those reasons support the claim. And that's a very 3rd grade thing. So I like that we're doing this standard right now, because it's getting you guys ready for 3rd grade. 3 steps to the standard sounds like a 3rd grade standard to me. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to go over our words that we need to know. Our claim and support. Those are those words that we really need to dig deep in, been able to understand the standard. So first thing that we're going to talk about is claim. So claim is what you think or how you feel, your opinion about something. So what you think or your opinion. In the text that we read last time, the Titanic text, the author that wrote that, their claim for that text was that the Titanic was not safe. It was an unsafe ship, and she gave tons of reasons to support that. Miss Acton also showed you a picture of her little girl in her ball pit, and I said that my claim, my opinion, what I think is that she loves her ball pit, and I gave you reasons that supported that too. And then the text that you guys read for your work on last week about the 2 bugs that are really good at hiding themselves to keep themselves safe and alive. That author's opinion was that bugs need to hide themselves to stay alive. So that's what their opinion was. That's what they thought. That's what their claim was. And then you guys gave reasons to support that. Reasons because there's bugs that make themselves look like leaves, and there's bugs that make them look like sticks, and that's how they keep themselves safe. So you're going to get introduced to a new text this time when you do your own work on Google Classroom. And I like this text. It's really neat. And then we're going to answer more questions and dig a little deeper on the Titanic text here with Miss Acton. All right, so first let's take a look at claim and support. So we just talked about claim a little bit. So it's what you think or your opinion. And authors usually, when they write a text about something, they immediately tell you what their claim is, whether they think that this animal is cool or dangerous or disgusting, whether they think a historical person in history was a great person or a person that was not so nice, didn't do so good things, or maybe whether a ship was an awesome, huge, great piece of machine, or it was a really dangerous, unsafe ship that killed a lot of people. And then the next thing that we're talking about is support. Support helps to prove the claim. So once you see what the author's claim is, they start supporting it by giving you reasons why they think that. They're basically just trying to tell you, like, I think this because all of these reasons. And that's what good authors do when they create text, and we have to be good readers to be able to find those things. So that's what we're going to be doing today. All right, so last week you guys did a really good job of finding the author's claim about the text about bugs. So that's what you did last week. And the author's claim was that the bugs are really good at hiding themselves to keep themselves alive, or bugs sometimes hide themselves, camouflage themselves to keep themselves alive. And then you found the reasons that support that claim. So one reason was a katydid makes himself look like a leaf and blends in with trees so predators can't find it and eat it. And then you also said a katydid hides itself because, or a walking stick hides itself because it looks like a stick and blends in with the branches that it walks on, and it hides itself from things that can try to eat it. So those are both reasons that supported the claim that some bugs hide themselves to keep themselves alive. Now we need to take it a step further, and we need to describe how those reasons support the claim. Same thing with the Titanic. So in the Titanic, the author's claim was the Titanic was an unsafe ship. It was not a safe ship for people to be on, and it caused a lot of people to die that it was so unsafe. And three reasons that we pulled out. Now, she gave a bunch, but we're going to pull out three of them. One of them is the Titanic was sailing too fast, so it was moving way too fast. The Titanic did not have binoculars. And the last one, the Titanic only had 20 lifeboats. So those are three reasons that support the claim that the Titanic was an unsafe ship. So it was going way too fast, there were no binoculars, and there was only 20 lifeboats. So now we need to describe how those reasons support our claim. So first, let's talk about the Titanic was sailing too fast, way too fast. So how is a ship sailing too fast support that it's an unsafe ship? How can I prove a ship is unsafe because it's sailing too fast? Well, I mean, you could say, the passengers loved it. They were having fun. It was moving really fast. They had a nice breeze going. It was a bumpier ride, so it made it fun for the kids that were on the ship. But that doesn't support why it was unsafe. That supports why it was fun and why they got places faster, but it doesn't support why it was unsafe. So if I want to support the ship was sailing too fast and describe why it made the ship unsafe, I would say if a ship is moving too fast, it's harder for it to move around things like icebergs. When you're moving really fast and you try to, move around things, it just makes it a lot more difficult. Whereas if you're walking, moving super slow, you see things coming up on you and it's really easy to kind of just go around them. And the Titanic was obviously unable to do that. So that's a great way to describe how the ship was moving too fast and that made the ship unsafe. All right, so the next reason that we have is the Titanic did not have binoculars. So how does that support it made it an unsafe ship? And we'll say, well, binoculars would have helped them look for sharks in the water, and sharks would have definitely make the people on the Titanic unsafe. But we know that has nothing to do with our story. So yeah, that is a way that people keep themselves safe, but that has nothing to do with the Titanic. So it has to make sense. So we wouldn't say that the binoculars would help them look for sharks and keep the sharks from, attacking the passengers and then keeping them safe. That's not how we would support our claim. But you could say the binoculars are used to see things far away. So if they had binoculars, they may have been able to see the iceberg sooner to go around it, or maybe to slow down and to miss it. So how does the Titanic having binoculars support that it's made it an unsafe ship? Well, if they didn't have binoculars, they couldn't see the iceberg coming. If they had binoculars, they maybe would have seen it sooner and been able to move around it. So that supports our claim the Titanic's unsafe. All right, and then the last one, the Titanic only had 20 lifeboats. So how does that reason support that the Titanic was an unsafe ship, our claim? Well, if a ship has more lifeboats, then that means more people could have gotten into them. And if they stayed in the lifeboats, they wouldn't have had to have been in the freezing water or even sunk along with the ship. So they would have stayed alive. And the more people stayed alive, the safer the ship would be. If everyone was alive on the Titanic, then it would be a very safe ship. But that wasn't the case, so it made it unsafe. So more lifeboats means more people survive, meaning it's a safer ship. So that makes complete sense that 20 lifeboats, making more lifeboats on the Titanic would make it safer. So that would make sense that if the Titanic had more than 20 lifeboats, that more people could get on them and more people could survive, and that would make the ship a lot safer. So those are all the ways that I showed you how you can describe how a reason can support the claim that you have. So now it's your turn to do it with the new text that we have. So don't forget to please call or text your teachers if you're having trouble with this stuff. Um, that's what we're here for, to help you. We're at home, that's when you can call or text us during the day and ask us questions. So Thursday is definitely a day where you need to make sure you got your brain on that day, okay? All right, so like I said, like I always do, I miss you guys so much, and I hope that you guys are enjoying yourself being at home, staying safe, keep washing those hands, and hoping that Miss Acton gets to see you guys soon. Bye, guys.